if I was Floyd and he was me, he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit.
Yeah.
As me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds, and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never got to box.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. We are back to do this post fight and give boxing its just due. I gotta say, man, I was entertained tonight. Tonight was a fun night of boxing. I enjoyed it thoroughly, man. We got some surprising outcomes, some of them not so much, right? We had some knockdowns in the fights. There was a lot going on, man. It was a really good card. It really was. It was a solid card all the way through, and I was entertained, man. I gotta say that. Gotta give these dudes their credit. You know, they put on a good event. Everybody looks like they gonna make it home safe. But we gonna get to this action, man. We gonna talk about it, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Can't even say this the second live of the day, but it essentially is, man. Dante's Boxing Talk, my God, it was good, bro. Salute Bud versus Lara. It's the fight. I was saying it. Great fight. Berlanga fared better than expected. Thomas Hill, my God. BJ33. What it do, family? How you feeling? You already know fate, my guy. Tonight, I effed up Canelo. Sadiq Brown, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Berlanga, tough. Yeah, he tough as hell, ain't he? Tough. Ace, what's good with the family? How you feeling? Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button for you, bro. We gonna talk about it. We gonna build on this good boxing for a minute. You know, for starters, man, I want to say that you know, this was an interesting card. It was a good one. I enjoyed it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I did. I really did. We had some surprising, you know, action. Let's Talk Fashion. My guy Remo in the building was good, bro. Flossy Sports TV was good, my bro. How you feeling? Canelo still ain't talking about shit. Same old Nello, yeah. You know he's still gonna do whatever he want. I do whatever I want. You know what I mean? Berlanga low-key got a decent chin. Canelo got too emotional, didn't land the right shots to KO him. Yeah, nah, he got a chin. He damn sure got a chin. Cool boy and plant. Harder champions facts. And he said Danny soft. Nah, I don't think Danny soft. I don't think Danny's soft at all. We're going to talk about it all, man. Let's talk about it, man. That's why we here. Ant McQueen, the professor in the building. Canelo jab was messing up Berlanga, not gonna lie, for sure it was. Behind the Hands TV, my brother, what's good, bro? Said Canelo beat the Puerto Rican Day Parade out of Berlanga after the fight. He said he used to live in Mexico. Then Mexico is second hold, man. Canelo ain't stopped nobody since the plant fight. Yeah, he ain't. You know, look, I ain't gonna sit here and say he can't punch or nothing like that, but I always thought people overstated his power. Is very good, but you know, he just ain't sleeping. Them bigger guys like that. And I ain't knocking it, you know. Berlanga showed a ton of heart, you know what I'm saying, to fight the way he did. But it was a good card. We're gonna get to it, but let's break this card down, man. For starters, man, what fight did I see? You know, Cool Boy had a rough fight. You know, he had a tough fight. First fight at 26, making his featherweight debut. He got dropped in the 5th round, I think it was. He took some shots in this fight, man. Cool Boy was getting just as good as he was giving in this fight for the most part. But one thing I liked about him was his shots. He knows how to land a clean, effective shot. He's very good at doing that. So even when you producing volume, Cool Boy is able to, you know, neutralize a lot of the work with just solid, clean, effective punching. And, you know, I was talking to my bro on the phone, and he made a good point about ring rust. You know, he don't believe in too much ring rust because these guys have full camps. And, you know, Cool Boy been training for a minute. So he made a great point. You know, ring rust, I don't think it was much of a factor as what some people might make it. But I think it just took him a little while to get the rhythm, man. You know, get loose a little bit, so to speak, right? Get back, you know, comfortable in there, taking shots. And he did get knocked down in that 5th clean. Got sat on his back pockets, man. But he took his time. You could tell that he understood he'd been there before. He didn't make the mistake of trying to jump up too fast. Took his time. He got up and he kept fighting, man. He fought a hell of a fight. You know, he fought a very tough fight, a very tough Carlos Castro. This dude was coming to win. He was clipping my boy Cool Boy, man. His jab was offsetting things Cool Boys wanted to do. It was a good fight. It was a, you know, battle of the minds for sure. It was physical, very physical in spots. It was a boxing match in spots. They gave us our money's worth for sure. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people might be heavily critical on Cool Boy and his performance, but that's how it is. You know, longest layoff of his career. You know what I mean? Just getting back in there, new weight class, acclimating. You with a new trainer. Things like that, right? You know, things like that. Not so much the ring rust as it is, you know, just getting back into the swing of things and you know, getting used to having Bozy Ennis in your corner, right? First fight with him. So you had some different, you know, you had some things that some questions you had to answer. And it took you a little while to, you know, really, really settle into the fight. But once you did, man, it was entertaining. It was a lot of back and forth action. It was very close and competitive. You know what I'm saying? He won by split decision, and it was that kind of fight. It was that kind of fight. Creole, my guy, was good with it, bro. He got popped. Not enough output of creativity to seal the deal with consistency at this juncture, right? Shout out to my guy, Emma McLean, my baby girl, Miss Jusdueboxing, is still up with us. Creole, the traveler, my guy, was good, Creole. First fight at 126, right, Remo? And I don't want to blame it on the no ring rust because, you know, like I said, I was talking to my bro behind the hands. He made a great point. So, like I said, I think he just had the, you know, first fight at 26, getting used to it, getting back into the swing of things, having a new voice in his corner, right? And trying to gel with him, right? You're seeing all that unfold in real time. And I think given the circumstances and given the kind of fighter who he was fighting, the buddy ass was game. He was ready to fight. And he was coming to win. He was trying to win. He wasn't just trying to be an opponent. He wasn't laying down. He wasn't cooperating, should I say, right? Cool Boy had to earn it. He had to really go in there and thug it out, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? He had to really buckle down and go at this guy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Carlos Castro. He made Cool Boy earn it tonight. He made him earn his check for sure. 940-41 over here. Is it Gertz? What's good with it, my guy? Shout out to you, Brody. Creole the traveler. Much love putting that color in the chat on this late, you know, early Sunday, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Much love to my boy.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my guy, Creo. Cal, cool it, man. What's good with it, family blessings? Big ups to Bozy J. He did a great job in the corner. He was telling Cool Boy all the right things, and you could tell that they still knew and they still trying to work out the kinks and things like that. That's real because he didn't respond right away. It took him a while. He had to get on him and keep him in line, keep him focused, and it's all good, right? He the man for the job. He coached this guy up. He gave great instructions in the corner. And he couldn't have asked for having a better guy in the corner, for his first fight. You know what I mean? So all fights ain't going to be easy. You know what I mean? This one definitely wasn't. He really had to earn it tonight, and he did it. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of grit. I like the fact that he knew what, Carlos Castro was getting off on him. So he kind of, started putting up that high guard and pressing him and really earning it and taking it. You know what I'm saying? Taking his shots and creating his openings. And I liked it. I think that was the difference in him winning and losing, making that subtle adjustment to not just be content boxing from a range, which would allow him to be successful and constantly keeping that jab in your face. You was willing, and you started, getting your head off the line a little bit more. Like once you, loosened up, got the, the blood flowing, man. You did very well down the stretch, man. You had some tough moments. Like I say, got dropped in the fifth, got put down, but he got up, got hurt a time or two after that, but he fought through it, man. And that's all you can ask for. Great performance from him in terms of just, battling back from that adversity. Like you got to think he fresh off his first loss where he got dropped, twice in that fight and crushing defeat. And then he come out here and get dropped in the fifth round. Now all of a sudden, y'all, he fighting these demons. Now he started thinking about, damn, this shit happened to me before. But good thing is he showed you that he learned. And how did he do that? He recognized the situation, took his time on his knee, let the ref know he was good, got up, and he fought back like a real champion, man. So shout out to Cool Boy, man. That was a good fight for him. It was very tough. It was grueling. But that's what you in it for. You know what I mean? That's what you in it for. Cool Boy versus Chris Colbert to Leo. I'll take it. Good fights. Don, what it do, my guy? Go Rolly is back. Big Rolo the Don is back. Shout out to my guy Don, man, being a member for 10 months, man. Appreciate that support.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
My guy, man. Appreciate you. Damon, what's good with it? And that was a walking lick for Benavidez. He don't want none of that. He don't want none. Maul Brooks, what it do, fam? See, you need to think about calling a career. Absolutely, you do. Plant got in his bag. That was my favorite fighter in the car. I have Plant grew to be one of my favorite fighters to watch. For real, for real. Who we're going any higher in regards to weight class. He talking about maybe going to 135 when it's all said and done. I mean, he had to take his time getting there for sure, though, Gertz. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to acclimate to where you at first, settle in there possibly, and then try to go up to 130. You know what I'm saying? But 35, just let that be for right now. You know what I'm saying? Schoolboy Chenny? Nah, I don't think so. Tim Layton, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Good to see my bros in it. But I don't think he Chenny, right? I think it's a matter of just getting caught with good shots. First fight at the weight. Stuff like that typically happens. That's why I told you acclimation. I always, preach that on this channel. Acclimation to these weight classes is very important. You get what I'm saying? Like your body and frame might be right, but you still got to acclimate to carrying that extra weight and performing with that added weight, right? So a lot of times when you see a guy, either whether it's going up or down, any type of like weight fluctuation, you'll see him get buzzed. You'll see him mess around and get dropped, something like that. So I think he got surprised a little bit by Carlos Castro's willingness to try to win, and he got caught. He got caught with some shots. You know what I'm saying? And he had to rebound. I liked it. I take Plant versus Berlanga, build that storyline. Yeah, for sure, man. Hannibal was good with it, my guy. Shout out to the Queen, Melanin Queen. How you feeling today? On this early Sunday. We're keeping the guys active. Absolutely, Damien. That rust. I mean, like I said, I had an interesting conversation about the rust, but I do think activity allows you to see the best version of these guys. You get what I'm saying? I think the activity definitely allows that. Tunnel vision was good with it. Carver was playing this. Russell Casey in the building. Danny Garcia fight. I pushed that button. Oh, shout out to my guy. Yeah, man, that was a tough fight, man. I think he'd be all right. Tunnel vision. I think he just got to continue to fight there, right? Acclimate. I think he'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I just think it been a while for him. Like, that's the longest he's been out of the ring. But like I said, I'm sure he had a pretty long, lengthy training camp. So, but ain't no training like a real fight, like live action, right? No headgear, 8 ounces, and so on and so forth, right? So you just seen him have to work through some things, and like I said, that it says plenty about him. You get what I'm saying? It would have been great for him to come out here and have like a flawless win, dominant. But I think, it says a lot about his character. The fact that this first fight wasn't easy at all. It was a real scrap. He was in there fighting, going. He had to earn it tonight. And I think, like I said, it speaks volumes about this man's character. And I think where he could be potentially headed. Like, I think he'll be fine up there. You just got to continue to be smart, keep working, allow your body to grow into that weight class, and keep kicking ass. You got your first fight out the way. I anticipate as long as you remain active, you'll look even better your next fight. That's the type of talent I think Cool Boy truly is, right? So now I don't think he's chinny though. I just think guys really could punch. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and when you get hit with the right kind of shot, you're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? But I think chinny is when you just letting any and everybody rock you and hurt you. And he's taken some really good shots in the past. Brandon Figueroa, for perfect example, we seen him go to toe-to-toe war with Brandon Figueroa, right? Brandon Figueroa fought Carlos Castro and stopped him. So you see how that go? You see what I'm saying? See how that worked? That same guy that was giving Gay Kubo a tough scrap, even not putting him down, but that same guy got his ass stopped by Brandon Figueroa, who Cool Boy fought, and he had, that was a very competitive, close fight, but he handled business. You know what I'm saying? Danny is a shot. Have a career. Yeah. It might be time. Edward, what's good with it, fam? Yeah, I think it's time. Cyrus Crumble via in the prelims. Oh my goodness. That's the fight I was forgetting to mention. So pardon me. My apologies, y'all. We're gonna get to that one. Chastity, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? Yeah, man. Hey. So let's get to it. Look, we're gonna keep getting to it. Shout out to Cool Boy. Like I said, I definitely wanted to give him his just due. That's somebody that I was definitely waiting to see perform again. Like I said, every fight ain't gonna be easy. Every fight ain't gonna be flawless. Some guys ain't coming in there to just get beat down. And Carlos Castro wasn't cooperating. He was fighting back. He was clipping Cool Boy with some very good shots. Like I say, he produced a knockdown in the 5th round. And Cool Boy had to battle back from some adversity. I know he started having those little thoughts in the back of his mind, like, oh, damn, I've been here before. Now I'm right back on the deck. But like I said, good thing for him. He's been in that situation before where he's got knocked down. And this time, he took his time. Like I say, he was able to recover well and fight back very strong down the stretch and get that split decision win that he definitely needed. Now, he continues, man. Shout out to Cool Boy. Tough fight for him. Shout out to Carlos Castro for giving us our money's worth straight like that. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, we got we had Villa in there. And what's this guy? Salis, he was fighting. Man. So again, big shout out to Cool Boy, man. Definitely good to see that man back in the win column. And I know he's gonna get a lot of flack for this performance as well. It's just the nature of boxing and these fans. But over here, we're gonna get that man his credit. This was a tough ass scrap. And he showed metal. He showed dog. He showed grit. He showed what he was made of. He really started stepping to this dude even after getting dropped. He was right there in this guy's chest and delivering, big shots of his own. He had a couple moments of his own where he was clipping Carlos Castro himself. You know what I'm saying? So he gave some very good shots as well. But another fight, y'all, that we had on this card that I see y'all bringing up too. Road to Redemption was good with it. Yeah, Canelo still doing this thing, but yeah, Salas. Appreciate you, Face. So we had Roman Villa returning since his loss over Boots, right? We know Boots annihilated him. So he getting this fight tonight, And I seen it from the rip. He was bringing it, right? He hurt Silas a couple times. He hurt him a couple times early, right? He hurt him a couple times early. I mean, not early, but yeah, early, because it stopped in the third round. He hurt him. He buzzed him a time or two, but Buddy ass recovered very well. But the problem with Roman Villa is the same thing that makes him dangerous is the same shit that got him clipped tonight. His willingness to engage, his willingness to throw shots and try to go at his man. Like that really put him in a situation where he knows his shots was too wide and Silas' shots was sharper. It was tighter. It was in the inside. He clipped him in the third round, and that was like all she wrote. It was a hell of a knockout. I mean, I really thought Roman Villa was gonna come out here and put hands on Buddy, and he was doing so at first, but it was one of those like whoever get caught type of fights. And when you could see the fundamentals and the technical flaws that Villa have, you see opportunities for Silas to land shots, and that's exactly what he did. He took advantage in a big way, and he was clipping this dude. You know what I mean? And I thought he would have got up from the knockdown, but hell no, he got crumbled, man. He got crushed 3 rounds, and he was out of there. I did not expect that. I definitely thought Villa was going to be on the winning side of things tonight. I'm not going to lie. But shows me how much I know. You know, Silas was like, not today, bro. Cut creator was good, my guy. That's what G was chinny. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, them dudes ain't chinny. Right. Silas got power. You got like a KO streak going in, and it continues. Yeah. His legs just look unstable the whole fight. He did look a little shaky. Kyle. And speaking of Kyle, shout out to my brother, man. Always supporting the grind. Shout out to Kyle Cool. He said for the overtime. Appreciate you for the 20 piece and the cash app. Much love. Much appreciation to my guy.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother Kyle Cooler, man. We're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep on keeping the build going. All right, let's go. Villa should have been smarter. Yeah. He was just too willing to engage Fate, and that the same thing, like I said, that makes him dangerous, and it's the reason he's been successful in the past in fights is exactly what got him in trouble. He didn't approach this fight from a strategic standpoint enough, right? And I don't give a damn what he say. He can't tell me. I watched this fight. I ain't gonna sit here and say like I knew what your game plan was, but at the same time, it looked very obviously like you just wanted to go in here and just blast your guy up out of there, and you didn't approach it with enough, intellect behind it. It was way too physical. And what I'm saying is you gotta take the mental with you, if that makes sense to y'all, right? You can't just be all physical all the time, man. That's what you tried to do, and it backfired. Like you did not give yourself the best chance at winning because you didn't approach it from the mental aspect enough. It was just all physical. It was about going in there and just trying to beat your guy down and landing big shots and overwhelming with activity, and that shit cost you big time, and you got smoked. Now you got back-to-back knockout losses. Now you looking like food. Once upon a time, right after Rashid Ellis, you looked pretty damn dangerous. Then Boots simmered you down. Then, tonight Silas put the feather in the cap and did you win 3 rounds. He did you faster than Boots. What Boots stop him in like the 10th or something? What was it? What was Boots stop him? It was later than that, though. I know that. It wasn't no damn 3rd round. He was way too aggressive, man. A1 Hoops on my guy. What's good with it, bro? Nick Ball on TV. What it do, man? Hey, Caleb is the new white chocolate. I said that, A1. You talking, man. I said that. Like Air Force one time, all the time. I love Caleb playing energy, man. I love it, bro. I love it. Ryan, what it do, my guy? Jose, what's good with it? I know it was a very, 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 very good. Not for rookie versus a legend. Oh, yeah, with nearly 7 fights, for sure. For sure. Beth was good with it. Salute. It was the 10th. Right, it was the 10th. Okay, cool. Kevin King, my guy, was good with it. Beth was good, family. So, yeah, Villa got smoked, child. He looked, fresh at first, but like I said, he didn't take the mental. He didn't take his mental with him in this fight to me. He didn't take the strategy or game plan to me. He just was trying to go in there and knock his guy out. But without setting things up, he was just fighting. And I think you have to you have to be more mindful in there, especially after coming off a knockout loss. I think he would have fared well if he would have just been picking his shots and picking his time to explode. He was just going. He was on go. It was like, the phrase 0 to 100. That's what it was from him. It was no in between. He didn't go through the gears properly, is what I'm saying. And that's why I appreciate fighters that approach fights very strategically from a cerebral standpoint, right? You trying to outthink it, man, not just outwork them and overwhelm them, right? You're not just thinking about the physical, you approaching it from a mental standpoint. And I appreciate fighters that know how to control pace, slow the pace of a fight down, and pick their shots, pick your moments when they explode, right? You wasn't doing that enough. Well, all you were doing was just going in there, like I said, and trying to really just work your guy, and it backfired. Shout out to Silas, and he put in the work. Good fight for him. So now he might retire soon. Damn, that's crazy. Well, I wonder why. He must got some issues going on, contract or something. Never can finish a rookie. Edgar held his own. A couple more fights, and this fight would have been different. Experience was a difference. Experience was a big factor for sure. Tasmanian Wolves, what it do, my guy? And yeah, props to Ern. Props. Oh yeah, Berlanga for sure. For sure, man. Berlanga's inexperienced. Can't blame him. Yeah, for sure, Jose. Nah, this is definitely a learning experience, man. Yeah, dog, we gonna get to that. We moving right along. So again, shout out to Vid, but I think he need to learn from this one. There's 2 knockout losses in a row. This ain't gonna look good. Them back-to-back losses hit different, especially when they KOs. Now all of a sudden you don't look like the threat that you could have potentially been. And you get and some guys he still will give him hell because he tough as hell, but after you start getting stopped, man, that punch resistance start to punch resistance start to take a hit. So we'll see where he bounces back. But like I said, other than that, shout out to Cool Boy. But we had Big Rolo the Dawn pop back up. I know y'all was excited for Big Rolo. You know what I'm saying? Big Rolo out there fighting. What was his name? Manuel Jamies, something like that. Rolly had a very patient approach, and surprisingly enough, I think it was strategic. I don't think it was, as reckless as he's been in the past. I think, despite what people might think, he tried to show some growth in there. He showed some patience. Adam McQueen was talking pretty much the whole card. Shout out to the professor, man. He's making some great points. Like Rolly approached this fight from a very intelligent standpoint, and he fought it in a way that pretty much gave him the best chance to win. What he did, he was picking his shots. He was very patient. He kept trying to get that stab to the body, that stab jab to the body. He was working in there. You know what I mean? Now, I ain't saying he's some new and improved guy, but this particular performance, because, I just go fight by fight. This particular performance was surprisingly decent, man. It was decent. You know what I mean? I ain't going to say it was great, nothing like that, but yeah, right, bro. He did his thing. Did his thing, man. A good uppercut. Yeah, he did his thing. Edgar gonna learn a lot from this and be a problem. He absolutely can learn a lot from this. This don't have to be, it's a loss, of course, but it can be a lesson as well. And I think it's a lot that he could have learned from facing a guy that got nearly 70 fights. You know what I mean? Big Dog Willie, my guy, putting that color in the chat. Much love, bro. Bill Haney said he used to train Canelo. Facts.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Get Canelo ass slapped. Nah, that'd be the first time we got to worry about Canelo getting slapped. Nah, I'm just playing. Speaking that is, shout out to my guy Thomas. A decent body jab. Yeah, he was slipping that shot in there. Thought Roly fight was gonna be the worst fight until Danny outdid him. And it's tough to do that. It's tough to do that, bro. It's tough. TD Sports Talk, my guy. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? What's good with it? The level of opposition wasn't what we'll take. Yeah. I mean, and overall though, about to get the ghost in the next round. McCumby was spending like a $5 bill. Yeah, we moving right along. So yeah, Big Rolo the Dawn, man. Big Rolo the Dawn came out there and got a solid win. He got back in the win column after, having a couple defeats. It did look terrible for him in that Pitbull fight. Tank did do what Tank do, So for him to get back in the win column, that's good for him. he did switch trainers, so he obviously must want to get better. And I seen a more patient approach. I appreciated it from Roly, right? I wasn't mad at it. Yeah, he's still him, right? He's still rough as hell around the edges, but he did some things very well. And he moved in a very intelligent manner tonight, despite what people would think. I was a little surprised by his willingness to kind of try to stick to a game plan. He was physical in spots. Yeah, they did some wrestling and kind of took some of the steam out the fight. But overall, man, Roly, he got through it, bro. Got him a decision win. He on to the next. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother A1 Hoops on for the 5-piece. And he said, Big Dog Willie, jaw gotta be sore. I'm hanging on bit. Oh shit. Surprised he ain't got luck, jaw. By now he be tearing Bill up, though, don't he? He got the unlimited roast for Bill. Big Dog Willie been putting on an unlimited roast.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my brother A1 Hoops on. Appreciate you, fam. You got it, Ryan. Live your sport. How he said, live your sport takes in the manner in which you choose to discuss it. The JBT has eyes on you big time, fam. So yeah, shout out to my guy Ryan. Shots fired. Shots fired. Yeah, A1 is a fool, man. What y'all thinking on Boy's that fight? I think he lost. I didn't like this fight for him when it was made, but he got the win. Yeah, we gonna get to I chopped it up on that. I thought Cool Boy gutted it out, and that's what I like about him. TD, you know, to bounce back from a tough loss, getting knocked down, right, crushing defeat. You get stopped, you get dropped in this fight in the 5th round and shaken up on a couple different occasions, right? But you found a way to keep fighting. He made the subtle adjustment. He finally figured out that, you know, from the range he was fighting at, he wasn't going to be able to take this fight into his own hands. So he started walking to this guy, and he was willing to, you know, kind of exchange and take, you know, get physical and gritty. Like, he bit down. That's why, like, I like the performance typically, you know, specifically because of what he had to do to win it. And he had a guy that wasn't participating and cooperating right in there. You know, he had Carlos Castro in there trying to knock his damn head off. And he was fighting with a lot of confidence. And he had a good jab. And he had a very disruptive jab. And he was very consistent at using it. And it took Cool Boy a second to get around that jab and figure it out and really start clipping him with really, really good shots. Good uppercuts he landed. Some of his hooks. I like the way he turned some of his shots over. Cool Boy is a very smart, very good fighter, man. And it just was a tough fight, you know, acclimating to the weight class, fighting somebody that's really coming to win. You know, a lot of times when dudes either go up and down in weight, you'll see him either get buzzed or dropped, sometimes knocked out. You've seen him get buzzed, seen him get dropped, got back up off the deck. He had to fight back. It was a tough scrap for him, you know what I'm saying? And I just like the way he had to, like, he bit down and fought back. But I understand what you're saying in terms of, like, that's not typically a Cool Boy performance, but that's why I like it even more, because he showed you, you know, when things are not going well, he still can find a way to win. And he still find ways to be successful when it's not going his way, right? He didn't mentally pack it in, and he could have really been fighting them demons, you know, from the NUA fight when he got dropped and really panicked and started doing things wrong. Instead, it looked like he got hungrier. It looked like he got more committed, more focused, right? More locked in. He made some subtle adjustments that allow him to be a lot more consistent on the offensive end of things. And like I said, he was working in there and hitting Castro with some really good shots, man, and knocking this guy off balance. Like, Cool Boy is a very good fighter to me, man. Very, very good fighter. D Free, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Yeah, he had to gut it out. Yeah, I get it. It's one of them fights, TD. It's one of them fights. And again, it's easy to feel that way because you know what he typically performs like, and you know what it looks like when he has absolute best, right? And this just wasn't that type of fight. So I get it. And then seeing him get knocked down, getting shook up a couple times. But I thought he was doing some very good work. And once he realized that, you know, he made that adjustment to be a little more close and willing to be in that fire, he started being a lot more successful offensively and putting together, you know, a lot of good moments in these rounds that I think was kind of stealing it from Castro. You know what I mean? So I think that's where he kind of edged it at. You know what I mean? Thrill Hill said, dude did throw enough right hands. That's that man. He was slinging them joints. Wasn't he, Thrill? Hey, Thrill, he was slinging them joints. Cal said, cool boy almost got Buddy out of there. Yeah, in the 10th, for sure he did. And he was fighting hard, Cal. And that's after getting dropped in the 5th himself. 5 rounds later, he was on Buddy helmet. He was trying, man. I like the performance because, again, he bit down. And I know some fights are going to be easier than that. I know as long as he stay active, you're going to see a better version of him. So I can't wait to see his next one already. I appreciate the performance. Him really not selling out, not giving up, not quitting, not folding, man. He was fighting, man. He was taking some real good shots, man. Some real shots, bro. Some real shots. He was taking some real shots from Carlos. And Carlos was trying to knock his head off in a rafters somewhere. Caleb playing the dog. Absolutely. Hell yeah, it was an entertaining ass fight. Very. I said it, man. That's my guy. Shout out to my brother, Big Dog Willie, back in the super chat. My guy. Said Bill Haney said that Devin with Edgar Berlanga. A1 hoops over missing all types of layups and breaking free throws. Can't cross over like 8-year-old girls.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my brother, Big Dog Willie. Appreciate that, fam. Always supporting the grind. Said just do. Hey, I didn't watch the Rolly joint. How'd he look? J.A. Dixon, what's good, Jay? How you feeling? So-called flat-footed Mexicans. It's tough. That Jay. I say since when has it been an indictment to be a flat-footed Mexican, man? These dudes scrapping, bro. Telling you, out here fighting. Man, Cool Boy is out here fighting for his life in that fight, bro. Shout out to my guy. Salute the Gertz, man. It was an even fight, but the knockdown was the difference on my score. Ain't nothing wrong with that, TD. You a fair dude, man. Ain't nothing. I trust your score. That's why I say it's always a discussion for me, because you know how the judges would be right there and they could see it 3 different ways, right? Everybody can end up with a different score. So I know you seeing, you definitely can see something different. And I'm right on point with what you're saying. I just felt like he found a way to edge it, you know. I found a way. He felt like he found a way to edge it for sure. And he showed a lot of grit, a lot of toughness, a lot of resilience, you know, fighting back after that knockdown and getting shook up a couple other times too. Shout out to the Queen, man. The Queen, my guy, A1 Hoops on back in the super chat. Much love again, bro. Big Dog Willie still betting grades out of anatomy and scrubs for an extra roll. You don't get your old T-Move version. Hustle and flow. Look at it's out of here, man. Y'all crazy. Shout out to my guy.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my guy, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, right. He could have taken yacht. We could have, and that. You see, you're a real supporter. Like I definitely respect exactly what you seen in there, because it really was one of those fights. It was one of his toughest fights of his career, to be honest. That he won for sure. You know what I'm saying? That was even like, think about it, yo. You can't. This is why triangle theories don't work a lot of times. Like I said, they got a common opponent in Brandon Figueroa. Brandon Figueroa gave Cool Boy a damn good scrap, but he ain't knock him down. He didn't make it as tough as Carlos Castro potentially made it. And I think because he was moving in a new weight class, you know, being out of the ring for the longest period of time, coming off a loss, potentially just taking a while to shake back, get into things, having a new trainer, new voice in his corner. Like that type of stuff is going to, you know, have an impact on the fight. I don't care who you are. It's going to impact you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to impact you. Shout out to my guys there, man. Caleb had me worried for a second. Yeah, man. I was like, oh, man. Had me glued to the TV. I was like, you better not knock Caleb out. We jumping him if you knock Caleb out. Never said after the fight, same old. Like, he's going to take some time with his family and he'll decide what's next. But, you know, he pretty much going to do what he been doing, which is what he want. That's how he coming. But he gave Edgar some credit for being tough and things like that. And he didn't really say nothing that you wouldn't expect. You know what I mean? Right on par with what he always say. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guys, man. Remo, my guy. Let's talk fashion in the bizak. In the building. My guy, what's good with it?
Yo.
I just get my cameo on because you came up. What's good, bro?
Ain't nothing there. Yo, thoroughly entertained throughout the whole night, except for Danny. But other than that, hell of an entertaining card.
So let's talk about it. Where we at? We got the plant. Well, no, we didn't get to Plant. We was getting to Plant. So, man, yeah, again, shout out to my guy, Caleb Plant. The revenge tour is real. My guy's on a revenge tour out here, man. I like the fit. I knew he was on something with the fit. I like the fit. Every now and I see a fit, I think of Remo because I know you do the fashion and class. I was thinking of, I'm like, I know you like that fit. Fit was sharp, man. Came out there and he fought a guy in Trevor McCumby. Like I said, skill for skill. I don't think he could rock. He can't do nothing with Plant, but he's very strong, physical. He like a lumberjack. Like he cut trees for a living. Some dude got that natural country straight strong, bro. He was catching Plant with some real good shots, but like I said, Plant is a brother with it in the ring, man. And he got flavor in it. He got seasoning. Yeah, he was in there working, doing what he typically do, combinations, running them up. Having fun in there, but he did take some shots. He did get dropped. I think it's funny because it was two situations. The first one where they called it no knockdown. If you look at the legs and how he walked back to the corner, he was legitimately hurt right there. That should have been ruled a knockdown, if anything. But then the one where he got like punched on the arm and then they collided a bit and he fell. I was like, that shouldn't have been the knockdown. And then, like I said, his legs and none of that wasn't heavy. He wasn't like that. So he was more clear-headed for that one. You could tell he wasn't hurt. So that shouldn't have been a knockdown, but the other one should. So either way, it kind of evened out. But aside from that, and dealing with these little random bursts and onslaughts from Trevor McCumby, he was cooking in there. He was cooking, and I respect it because he got dropped. And you see guys typically get on a bike. Like he had this, clear the cobwebs for a minute, but he made the adjustment. Did you see how he started fighting this dude in the pocket and started pushing him to the rope?
That wasn't no pocket. They was in a phone booth.
Like, you get what I'm saying? He's backing him to the ropes, and he just said, "Yo, we gonna fight right here." I'm like, Caleb Plant don't like usually do this. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro,
I never seen him fight like that. I'm like. And it was like he was like, oh, he putting them on. No, he was putting them on the ropes. He wasn't working on the ropes. He was putting them on the ropes. And what ultimately happened, his hand got caught in the ropes. He was defenseless. Bang, bang, bang. Like, man, that was a good fight though. But
I was impressed, man. That switch, that one key adjustment, I think that made the difference in the fight, and that was the reason he got a knockout. If he would have stayed boxing and, just doing what Caleb playing, he would have definitely won and controlled the fight. But he wanted a knockout and he fought like it. You gotta miss me with that pillow hand shit. He's sweet hands for real. This dude could punch. Because I find it crazy again when you hear pillow hands, you might hear a fighter or two might say that before they fight him. Like Darrell was talking a certain way. You see how that ended up. But for the most part, the fighters give him credit for having punching power. Like I've heard on a number of occasions that he punched harder than guys that are considered like knockout artists or something like that. And I'm telling you, for him to make that switch after getting dropped and say, you know what, I ain't running from his power. I'm gonna fight this dude right here. Man, he was going to the body on both sides. He was splitting the guard. It was times where he was kind of headhunting at times a bit, but he started mixing up the attack, splitting his guard. He was controlling the guard, manipulating the guard. He was doing a lot of little shit in the inside. That was
peeling,
and little by little, he was chipping away at him. And even the dude McCumby was fighting all the way to the stoppage. He legit fought, even on the back to the ropes where he got stopped. He was fighting. I was like, man, that was impressive, bro. Shout out to A1 Hoops. Back of the super chat, said Big Dog Willie is Stacy Dash twin. Dude look like the young version of King from Coming to America movie. Dude look like George Jefferson Sr. You a fool, bro. Shout out to my brothers, man, having y'all super chat war out.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to A1. But yeah, man, big shouts out to Caleb Sweet Hands Plant. That's how you fight. That's how you fight. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the ref could have let that one rock? In the chat, they robbed us for that one. But like, dude was out in the street a little bit, but it could have went because it was literally at the bell. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I think he could have gave him some grace, but at first glance, I felt like that. When I got a chance to watch the replay and was seeing what he was clipping him with, I understood why the ref reacted. I get it, but yeah, he definitely could have spared him. The disparity. Hardcore boxing news. What's good with it, Jay? How you feeling here? They rumbled, man. He punched Caleb in the hip, and Caleb went flying. That dude's strong, right? He's strong as hell. I was like, damn, this dude's strong. He trying to knock Caleb Plant out, yo. He was trying, bro. Gotta give a guy they just do when you really try, bro. He was trying. And Jay come in bearing gifts, man. My good brethren, man. He said for the grind, man. Shout out to Jay in the Cash App showing love, man. You know
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
We own the job. You know, I told you I had to come back. I tried to keep my energy up enough so I could be, but they did it for me. The card did it for me because it was good enough where it didn't let me get like, you know, I wasn't like that. It didn't let me do that. So shout out to them. I think they laid this card out well. Like I said, Caleb Plant, impressive. McCumby ain't the biggest of names, but everybody's a threat in there with them gloves on, man. I'm telling you, what they wear 10 ounces, I believe, but everybody's a threat. That dude was physically strong. He was rough, rugged, and he was taking chances. He was picking moments where he was catching Caleb Plant. So he made that dude earn it tonight. But at the end of the day, he showed you why he world level still, man. And I think he since losing to Canelo, even though he lost to Benavidez, he's gotten better. To me, he a guy that seems like he gets subtly better after losses, man. He can learn from him. So I like Caleb Plant. He fought in a way that you think would sap his gas tank. That's something. Think about it. When the last time when he had it, I ain't felt like he gassed at all in this fight at no point, all the way up into the stoppage. Beautiful work by him. Like he did a great job.
Listen, when some people reach that pinnacle, and I guess his pinnacle was Canelo, he knew he had to step it up another level. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, just as though I'm on the platform, I gotta give Just Do to Breadman. He was saying everything perfect in that corner. He was telling him, like, yo, don't give him the look that we want right away. You tell him off the shoulder roll, don't throw it.
Yeah.
Don't throw it. Give him another look, and then that'll be the element of surprise. I didn't see the phone booth situation even coming up. Like, I ain't never see that before, but that young man rumbled that tonight, and he pulled it out, man. He pulled it, and as much as people say about his hands, he might not have the one knockout thudding punch, but he got fast hands because he was putting them combos. Ooh, man, like McQueen was saying, he was putting them barbecue ribs on the rib.
I'm telling you, he was running them joints up. He was running them joints up.
Yeah. Put hands on the state trooper.
Right. I love it, yo. That's why I say he's an underrated talent for real, bro. He's truly underrated to me. I don't care what nobody say. Been watching that dude for years. He only loses to the absolute best. And even in both of those defeats, he's highly entertaining and competitive. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like in both of those fights where he lost, I think the difference was the gas tank. I think once he slowed down enough, Canelo made subtle adjustments with the placement of his shots, created his openings, and caught him and took it. You know what I mean? That experience be kicking in for Canelo like hell. And with Benavidez kind of bided his time, wait for him to kind of simmer down some, and then he pressed the gas. You know, heavy, like he started pressing the gas in that second half. And again, gas tank issues. I think the body shot at a point in the fight where he heard Caleb Plant grunt. I think that kind of shifted the momentum as well. And you noticed after that, Caleb Plant started doing and initiating more clinches. And the difference was in the first half when he was doing the clinching, Benavidez was kind of accepting or waiting for the ref to break him or allowing it, maybe because they both still fresh. But that second half, he was fighting out of them clinches and not allowing it, and it worked for him. I do think he caught Caleb with an elbow too, but very unintentional. But he had to get physical with him and really be the monster, because if you would have just tried to box with him the whole night, probably would have went bad for you. So he picked the perfect time to start fighting and press on the gas on Caleb and get the knockout, because Caleb was holding on. He was smart. He made it through that fight. You could tell he learned from the Canelo situation as well, because that could have easily been a knockout loss for him. But
he won a belt tonight.
He upped it.
Did he win a belt tonight?
Who, Caleb?
He was saying something about and new. So what was that about?
They say if so, it'd have to be some interim shit. But I don't know. I ain't think it was no blood on the line for Caleb,
Cause
right?
Canelo dropped one of them. Well, he got stripped from one of them.
Yeah, he had got stripped of the IBF or dropped the IBF belt, should I say?
Okay. He put his name back in the hat though, cause like there's a lot of tough rumbles at that division in itself. So, and man,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you can't count that kid out, man, or that guy out. Let
right.
me not even say
Ninth
kid. He
round.
just
TKO,
yeah,
impressive, bro. Man, that flurry of punches at the end of the fight was impressive. I swear it
yeah.
was. That interim champ, WBA, is it? Oh, he won Morel's belt. Okay, because they don't even say that in the joint when I looked at it, but I didn't pay that no mind. Appreciate y'all. I didn't catch that, man. Say, hey, Mama do snoring on Judge me. Been up since 5 a.m. yesterday morning. Don't worry about it, baby girl. We be all right. Yeah, I come out when you start snoring, just just wake you up a little bit. You know what I mean? You just think of it as me hitting you with a little smelling salt. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, man. Shout out to Caleb Plant. The revenge tour is on. I like what he did tonight, and let's just see where he go from here. I think Berlanga showed, that he can operate. He can kind of compete. That's not a bad fight to try to make if he really serious about stepping on shit. Like that's what you got to go through that type of shit. Now, I could understand you taking a lighter touch after the Canelo thing and then possibly revisiting something more difficult.
Even well, I talk to y'all for now, but even Berlanga could go Jaime Munguia. That's a good fight right there. Like his name's Berlanga. He did good for himself. So did Plant. They got the little storyline right now, but Berlanga made a name for himself. Plant put his name back in the hat. I wouldn't mind Benavidez. I mean, not Berlanga
Mm-hmm.
versus somebody like Jaime. That's a
He
good little
dog was.
scrap right there too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
like,
while my bud was with Turkey in the UFC event, oh yeah, Berlanga showed heart, but I don't think Berlanga learned anything in his defeat. It's the $1 million question: can Berlanga be better? Yeah. We gonna get to it. So hold on. What did I miss? I want to just make sure we ain't missed nothing. But nah, we moving right along. We moving right. So yeah, Caleb Plant, he did his thing, man. So right before that, I got to talk about this Erislandy Lara fight and Danny that had me torn. And I knew what I was looking at, but I really wanted to give Danny the benefit of the doubt. I definitely didn't see him getting stopped, but maybe I just didn't put the right amount of thought. And then I rock with Danny, man. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, being a sturdy chain guy, but I was talking to my brother on the phone and I was telling him, man, I'm torn, but at the same time, Lara got about 4 or 5 fights up here. He's more established. Very rarely you see a guy hit 40 plus and start getting more knockouts in a heavier weight class. I didn't never envision Lara being at 160. I always thought he was going to stick around and stay at 54. Not only did he prove me wrong with that, he moved to 60 and started knocking dudes out. And then you got to look at it's the way he was knocking them out. I always say, I get it. The quality of opponent ain't the biggest of names, but these guys are dudes with a lot of experience and solid competitors. And he was smoking these dudes. Someone knocking do 3 rounds and shit, sitting down on his punches. And I said this earlier, like he reminds me of a guy that used to be like a high flyer in basketball, used to be a dunker, above the rim type of guy. And you get older in the career, you kind of lose the leg, so you got to make the adjustment. And that's what he did. It's like whatever he lost with the movement, he compensated with that, with the sitting down on his punches and just placing them better and being more effective with it. Like I think had he done that at 54, he would have been giving them dudes more hell too. It's just the way he's approaching the fights. And man, he just too crafty. He was way too crafty for Danny. Danny didn't have a fucking shot, bro. I don't even think he won a round. He got picked apart, and you got to think. I kept asking, is it 2 years? Is it gonna help him, or is he gonna be compromised from it? And then you move into 160, and you find a guy that's more established there and punching, and sniping, Cuban style. It was all bad for Danny in there. He couldn't get around the jab. Started, excuse me, it started making me think about Earl Spence when Earl was fighting him. But with the way he was surgical with this shit, man. I repeat, I did not expect that from Danny Garcia, bro. This shit was crazy. I was like, bro, it's Danny.
Whoa! Lord just landed a straight left hand and dropped Garcia. And there we go. Lord comes alive. Garcia goes down.
Man, that little Man, I did not expect this. Then he goes back to the corner, and I know it looked like he quit. It was his pops, but at the same time, I don't know what he said when they asked him. It's just like he gave that responsibility 100% to his father, and I just didn't anticipate them stopping this way at all, because it's not your typical like you know, he was losing. I think that's what his father was trying to avoid, it getting real bad, real embarrassing, because he just was losing, couldn't get around the jab. The jab was constantly disrupting him in his face, similar to Spence. It kept him at the wrong range. It kept him hesitant. I seen a lot of that halfway pulling the trigger stuff, and when he did it, it just you don't have the speed, and you weren't putting it together the right way to really deal with an older Lara. This shit is crazy. Buddy got older and start knocking shit out. Shit is crazy. Easy for Canelo. Salute to TJ. Good effort from Berlanga. We almost there. We almost getting there. That hurt Danny. Yeah, man. I hated to see that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I hated to see Danny get toasted like that. Not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect to see him get stopped.
But honestly, we ain't see Danny been Danny since maybe Thurman.
Yeah,
like each fight has been a little less aggression, and you know what I mean. He's just been waiting, and as the competition rose, they haven't been giving him the opportunity for the check left. And other than the check left, he kind of been fighting with his hands in his pocket. You know as he's getting older, he's fighting less. The reaction time's going to slow down, and you're still not really being asked. His dad is asking him like throughout the fight, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Like, are you okay? Like you gotta let your hands go. His dad is telling him that, and it's like if he's not getting that response, and when he got up from that knockdown, his facial expressions told a story.
Yeah,
he looked kind of defeated and deflated. So it's like, you know, you tried to make history, it didn't work in your favor. It don't make no sense for him to really like continue. He's put a legacy together.
Yeah.
For whatever it's worth, he got some good names on his resume, but it's just going to get worse. You can't put him in front of younger guys. That guy's 41 years old now, so it's like, you know, good attempt. Well, it wasn't a good attempt because it was really a stalemate of a fight.
Yeah, we get it. I know what you're saying. Like we respect the effort to try to go out there because he didn't quit per se, but he didn't really put up no type of resistance in the corner. Like they asked him something, and I think he was like something to his dad. He was like, "Yeah, we stopping." I'm like, I know he probably, if somebody asked him, he'd say, "Yo, he trusts what his father seen. His father think he wasn't good." Then yeah, but I think he kind of in his mind, he like I ain't gonna beat this dude because you gotta rely on landing a home run. Now you've done it in the past, but I think it's a lot more risky to try it at this stage, and I just don't think that shot would have presented itself for you. I think his best shot at beating Lara potentially was how he looked against Benavidez Jr. from a energy standpoint, and his punch output was fairly decent. That wasn't the case here because you was getting picked off with jabs very early, which caused you to be hesitant. And I think in the back of your mind, you start having them Merrill Spence flashbacks too. You know, you start thinking like, damn, this dude jab, like he just couldn't get around it. When I seen that, I was like, oh, this about to be that. This about to be one of them, bro. I just still didn't think he was gonna get stopped. And look how he stopped him. He walked up to him and left hand.
Like it was like short, but you know what that fight reminded me of? That fight reminded me of like watching that last fight with Jared Hurd. Like he was just trying to get through the fight, but not really trying to take the fight. So that it kind of gave me that feel, like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost over. Like the career itself is almost over, and you realizing it mid-fight, like, you know, because her last fight he fought, nobody was going for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But sometimes You got to call it a career before it gets ugly for you. There's no reason for Danny to go out. You haven't really took a beating your whole career, and now you get it at the end. It's all right.
And yeah, I know that Lara is definitely way better than Benavidez. I'm not saying look like that, like in terms of like the way he beat Benavidez. I didn't think he was gonna do that to Lara. I'm just saying his activity and his energy. Like I remember in that fight in the 12th round, he was still bouncing on his toes. I was like, that's been a while since I seen that. His energy was really, really there, and I think that was his best shot. A chess match is what you was allowing this fight to be. You didn't fight him. You didn't force the issue enough. And again, I know easier said than done, but you needed to find a way to be physical with him. If it was going to be a chess match the whole night, then yeah, pick off season all night. You can't do that. You can't go tit for tat with Erislandy Lara. That Canelo couldn't do it. Like you can't do that. You can't do that with him. I've seen him beat up people throughout the years. Seen Lara beat up Paul Williams. Another guy throw all types of punch. Lara was whooping his ass. They just gave Paul Williams that joint. So that dude been kicking ass for some years. And he's very crafty. I didn't anticipate Danny not responding the way he did. He just could not get going at all. It was worse than the Spence fight. And again, you older, 2 years off. Maybe you did feel good, but again, that's time off, and you've been taking punishment. You've been in some very tough fights. It's just not wise to take that amount of time off. And then you think your last fight was what, 54? I think that was only one fight there. 2 years off. Now you go up to 160, and you facing a guy, like I said, that's establishing himself. Not only that, he's compensated for his lack of movement with sniping you and picking you off more, making him more effective. I'm like, that shit is crazy.
I think that southpaw stance had him fucked up too.
Oh, for sure.
And neutralized him to the point where his dad told him you exiting the wrong way.
Mr. AMG, what it do, fans? And just I called it. Danny fight exactly how it went. I need my just to shout out to Mr. AMG. A couple people, my bro did say he thought Lara was gonna stop Danny too. Somebody else, I think it was Shelton, came through. I like to give people their props. A couple people was picking stoppage. I didn't think it was like impossible, right? But I was thinking it was less than likely because I'm like, at the bare minimum, Danny just gonna get outboxed. And just, because he's tough enough. But we still don't know because his pop stopped it because I think it was so lopsided. He just probably felt there was no need to keep going. And then, the first time you see your son get put down and his face, like you said, Remo, it did tell a story. And his energy seemed to be kind of sapped. Like, I don't think he anticipated Lara being this good at this age. You know what I'm saying?
He looked depleted.
Yeah, Danny, I believe you. Lara beat Canelo too. I absolutely, GP. I say that all the time. I hate the fact that they robbed Lara for that victory. He 100% beat Canelo Alvarez back then. I still remember the punch stats to a certain degree. I think Canelo landed like 23 shots to the head. I could be wrong, but it was something wild where I was like, how the hell do you justify a win like that when a guy not even landing? I think his best shot still, I remember, was like a left uppercut, possibly a left uppercut. He split Lara guard, cut the eye. Remember, he kind of got on the bike for a little bit, kind of, pawed at the blood, got back to it, and he was right back picking Canelo off. I swear you did. I was like, yo, and if you look at his face after that fight, it's very similar to the face he had on after Floyd beat his ass. He almost looked like he was ready to cry. But Floyd, they had to tell him to keep his head up. They was trying to boost his morale. He was in the dumps immediately because he knew he lost. And the same look after Lara fought him, he had a very similar look. I was like, that is not the look of a guy that knows he just won. Canelo was confident, pretty borderline cocky, arrogant, all of that. He know when he be winning. He knew tonight. You get what I'm saying? Like, he know, but he didn't know in that fight. They gave him one. Definitely gave him one. Yeah, he ain't sure he didn't have it, Cal. I think he bit off more than he could chew. You jumped up that 160 too willingly. And again, I say this all the time, y'all. They're making my point. You seen Cool Boy go up, get dropped. Get what I'm saying? You see Danny, solid iron chin. He been in there with some punches. Been in there with Spence. I know it wasn't the absolute, there's accident Spence, but still, he been in there with guys like Keith Thurman. Sean Porter he could type of guy that could overwhelm you, get a knockdown or something. Cause he been in there with Matisse, guy that busted his eardrum, had him pissing blood, and he didn't drop him. You get what I'm saying? He took some crazy shots from that dude. He said that was his toughest fight physically. So he iron chin, but what did he do? He jump up, no real acclamation, and you fighting an established guy. And what did we see for the first time? Him get dropped. Tell y'all, you see
A
all the time.
crafty vet too.
Right. Shout out to Danny, but he said, like, he said pretty much everything but retire. And I think you can call it a career unless you want to try to take another fight and win on a high note. I could understand that, but I don't think 160 is the weight class for you at all. If a older Lara who's very still dangerous in game stopped you that way, or the fight just played out like that, it's some physical specimens up there at 60. And even though it's not deep the way it once looked at it once upon a time, but still got some players in there that I think all would be too much for him, respectfully. He's not no 60-pounder. I never envisioned Danny at 60 ever. 54 was a stretch to me. I thought he was going to chill at 47 for real. I say he's taking a fight up there. He fought Jose. Knew he was going to beat him, but this Lara thing had me, in my head all day. I'm like, is Lara going to be old tonight for real? Like, is he actually going to be 40 plus, or is he still going to be this young reserved, in a sense, Cuban fighter, reinvented in some ways? Like, that shit was impressive. And he old because he came in with the spray. I love you, Lara, but I peeped. I know what was up. I seen you try to get your spray on. It's cool. You not a young man because you was.
That lighter came. That lighter came.
What's going on? Why you got hair? Something look off. Lara came out with a damn 3.5 with the sunroof faded. It's faded like a hell. I said Lara funny as hell, bro. But he came out there and picked Danny off, made it a bad night for him. And I think it would be cool for him to say, "Yo, I'm good here." He made money. He's invested. I think he was struggling with depression and some things like that. I think he said he's gotten over that. So yeah, man, Danny, you got some beautiful family, kids, and all that, man. Go enjoy yourself, and you funny, low key. You making little skits and videos. You could easily, you know what I mean, easily go off and do you.
I don't think Danny pushed the narrative or the motion for us to even see if Lara was old that night. Because he didn't change his trajectory of the fight at all. Like he just let Lara like lead.
Yeah, he was never first.
There was no action really, so it's like you didn't really push it, like
Right.
And for you wanting to make history, and this potentially could have been his last hurrah.
Right.
That was the one that you went out on. He's going to be upset with his performance down the line. Like, you know what? I didn't give it my all on this one.
Nah, I think you. So yeah, we gonna get to that, Beth. So I think Lara, man, it was very impressive. I was calling that my sleeper fight. I envisioned it being more competitive for sure. But like I said, part of that was me not having to bet and lose money on it, and me liking and rocking with Danny. I was giving him that benefit of the doubt. Like, you only seen Spence dominate him. You never seen that in no other fight that he's lost. He gave Keith Thurman a run for his money. Yeah, who else was it? Porter. He gave these dudes runs for their money, but not tonight. Way too crafty. Like you said, that southpaw stance had him all screwed up, and he just couldn't get around the jab at all. That shit kept him at bay, kept him fighting at the wrong distance. Then it got him being a little bit desperate and reaching and just getting clipped and picked off. And Lara, sniper, he can do that shit for 12 rounds. If you got the chin good enough for it. And I don't think Angel wanted to see him not only get dropped, but then just watch him get dominated like that and potentially like hurt more. So I think as a father, because I know if there's anybody that love their son, boy, he love him some Danny. We stopping it. We stopping it. I ain't even mad at that because it's like, what you got to prove at that point? How many people was thinking he was going like kind of rewind the clock and land that phantom no look left hook on Lara? I didn't see opportunity for it at all. Yeah, Rolly did have a bit of a hug fest. You know what I'm saying? GPs, he had a little bit of a hug fest. Yeah, last day that guy, Diamonds and Unification. Man, I think that fight would be different than what people anticipate already. Diamonds, I envision trying to, overwhelm him and beat him physically. And I think that could potentially that could be end up being an issue. You know what I mean? You gotta take your brain with you. Like you might see him as an old guy and approach that fight that way and try to just grind him out. Who did he try that with recently? He had a fight, J-Rock, even though they gave him a stoppage. J-Rock made that fight difficult. He exposed some holes in Diamond's game. So Lara being a competitor like that, being a guy that, a lot of experience, been in there with the who's, that'll be an interesting fight. Be an interesting fight. But yeah, man. But again, man, shout out to Lara. Giving not only dropping Danny Garcia for the first time in his career, being the first one to stop him. Impressive, even though it's late. I mean, Danny, man, chin of a man. He had a damn tight steel chin up until this point for real. Took some hell of it. The most you've ever seen Danny it happen to him is him get, knocked off balance or something, clipped with some decent shots. Keith Thurman jumped on him early and caught him, right? Knocked him off balance a bit. But even that, the Lara really just walked up and just, boom, that's like he snuck him. In the actual fight, he walked up. Lara really walked up and snuck my man Danny and proceeded to put him down. Then he did a Cuban shuffle in his face.
Lara just landed a straight left hand and dropped Garcia.
Cuban shot. I don't know what that was, but it was something. I did not expect that though. That was the surprise of the night for me. Seeing Danny Garcia get dropped and stopped. Well, the corner retired, so that made it look a little even crazier. But like I said, just trying to put myself in his Pop's shoes. Your son done proved enough. You see this fight going terribly wrong. You're probably not responding the way you typically do. So at this point, it's just a matter of you being long in the tooth and this was your best on that night. You couldn't do better than what you was doing. For real. That's one of them situations where that's why I can't trash Danny. And I know some people he's soft, and I'm like, hell nah, bro, we ain't doing that. Larry just stuck to what he been doing, picking shit off up there. And you don't jump up no weight class your first fight there, fight no Lara off no 2-year layoff. That's risky as hell in and of itself. So kudos to Danny for trying. If he was to fight again, I'll be here for it, but I don't think he has to. I don't even think he should push it, but that's just me. Shout out to them boys, man.
I think he had his run, just. We kind of seen that parallel before because we seen kind of the same way that Porter kind of, he seemed defeated against Bud, and then the dad did the same thing where it's like, it might be the end of the road. And they're kind of in the same era, that era where they had their glory days, and there's no real big fights for them. So you got the shot at that, what you wanted, which was a legacy, and it didn't work out. I think it's going to be the same thing like the Porter situation.
Right, I'm with you, not bad, for sure. Man, it was a good one, man. It just wasn't in the cards tonight for him to make it to be a 3-division champion. Hell of a attempt. I guess that throws that whole Earl rematch out the window. Just shitting on my parade because I definitely thought that was something he could do. But even Lara, if you really truly going to 160, I know you're gonna want to compete somewhere at the top because can't nobody tell me if you was fighting at 160, you definitely was making a pit stop over there with Dan. And I think you can get the same thing with Lara. It'll be interesting. Definitely the same situation. Risky fight, coming off a bad loss and all type of shit. New trainer. I seen Earl in the mix a little bit. He don't look overly big or, he don't look too big in the face and nothing. He don't look too big in the face and nothing. So hopefully he keeping himself relatively in some type of shape. You know what I mean? Even if he's not fully in the gym. Keep that weight down, man. But the longer it takes for him to get back in the ring, crazier it's gonna feel. But let's get to this main event, though, man. Look, we all knew how it kind of was gonna go. I was thinking Canelo could possibly stop him, but I'm not surprised at all that it went the distance. Like we were saying earlier, he ain't stopped nobody since Caleb, and that's saying something because Caleb could have easily got stopped by Benavidez and didn't. So, like I said, I think his gas tank betrayed him. If it wasn't for that, I think he would have made it the distance with Canelo, and that would have been a very interesting fight. But tonight, Berlanga, I mean, he did what a young fighter do. He tried to fight. He tried. I can't say that he tucked his tail at any point in this fight. You can tell that. I don't think even a moment got away from him. I just truly think Canelo has too much experience, and he never fully tamed Berlanga. He was cracking him. He was taking shots all night. Tough as hell, man. That knockdown happened because it was great timing. It was a shot he wasn't prepared for. But even there, he was punching his gloves. He was very clear-headed. So kudos to him. I know you don't get no credit for being a damn taking the L or whatever. Like I said, my issue was as long as he comes out here and actually tries to fight back and don't just like lay down. I'm not mad because you was already in over your head. You can see the fight clearly was won or lost due to experience for me. Canelo's very crafty, very underrated hand speed. Don't have the fastest feet, but his hands make up for it. Once he get there, he strike. Got the shorter arms. He kept finding his sweet spots on Berlanga. He was backing a bigger man up. And I said it all along in my breakdowns throughout the week. Speaking about this, he can't. And I repeat, I kept saying he can't win this fight going backwards. There's no scenario where you win the fight going backwards. But if you can push Canelo back with any kind of consistency, you'll have success. And you've seen there were just brief moments where he'll rip a good combination or apply some pressure. He just wasn't being physical enough. He was allowing Canelo to be cute when he wanted to be cute, bluff when he wanted to bluff, pressure when he wanted to pressure, punch when he wanted to punch. It's just he was too much at home, and you didn't provide enough moments for him where he could be uncomfortable. He was just right at home. Business as usual for Canelo. I'm like,
You know what I'll say though? I say Berlanga learned a lot in that fight tonight. He was in there with somebody who's a vet. He's a wily vet. He's been in a lot of situations, and Canelo ain't just dropping. He another one with a crazy bid on him because he was taking a couple. You know what I mean? Berlanga was willing to throw back though, because what we seen when we killed Charlo for, Charlo he was just standing there just taking whatever was given.
right.
And then the grittiness of being young, and he could take this as a learning, just like Canelo did with Floyd, because Floyd schooled him. And look how that turned out. So it's like, he didn't get demoralized by getting knocked out and beat up real bad. So he could take lessons from this. And, he's still a young kid. What, 26, 27 years old? His time is still, he'll be a champion eventually if he sticks around and sticks in the gym and don't get big-headed by what these pay-per-views gave him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I see TD Spurs. You say you don't think he learned nothing in this fight. I think to continue to progress, this opportunity and experience was far too important for him not to learn some things from it. So I'm gonna still give him my opportunity to get in the ring and see how he'll look, but he has to, whatever that is, he has to learn something from this because. Not too many people, especially in his situation, you never even fought for a title. And then you get to fight a unified champion in Canelo Alvarez. You get what I'm saying? Which would have been undisputed if it wasn't for them ordering that fight and him just, relinquishing or getting stripped, however you want to look at it. He gave it up because he wasn't going to fight no William Skull. But he would have basically got a chance at undisputed is what I'm saying without ever even fighting for a title. So you was playing with house money to begin with. I ain't saying lay down and be cool with losing, but you didn't lay down per se. He tamed you in spots, but not fully. Like he didn't shut you down completely where you just demoralized you and you stopped trying to win. You still was fighting back. You got your chin checked pretty good throughout this fight. Even with the knockdown, you got up, kept trying to fight back. Like I said, you produced some moments for yourself, but Canelo, just tough as they come, bro. That dude got a hell of a poker face and a hell of a chin, man. That shit is rare. Not too many people got a beard like that, man. That dude, he was far too comfortable tonight. He was never uncomfortable, I don't think, in the ring at any point. And you definitely ain't beating him like that. You not look at his losses. Floyd made him uncomfortable. Floyd had him not wanting to throw punches at one point. That's how hesitant he was because he was getting countered so much. Beevil had him tamed pretty much too. You see what I'm saying? So you and Beaver was able to back him up. Like you too big. Like you have to find a way to implement some type of physicality in your approach and your strategy, your game plan. You allowed it to be a boxing match the entire time. It was never a fight. It was a clinic for you. Like Jay said, he just got a degree tonight. He took your ass to school, an education for sure. And you better have learned something. I swear you better, because you're not going to get another experience to fight somebody with damn near 70 fights as decorated as him, has been in there with the who's who. So I don't give a damn. You got to go back and watch the tape and be sick to your stomach watching yourself lose. You got to go do it. You better pick up some game from this damn fight. You better. That's your idol. Learn and study and figure out as to why your idol kicked your ass like this tonight.
But he got less than half of his total fights though. Like less than half.
No shame in losing.
Yeah,
no.
Like
he got to lay down. So.
Yeah, from this one he could learn how to lead, how to take, because at no point in time he tried to take the lead in the fight as far as like, making Canelo do what he wanted to do. He was always reactionary. He'll learn not to play on the ropes and how to spin off the ropes in tough situations. There's things that have been learned on this situation being in there. But he made it out without, being demoralized. Because like you said earlier, these dudes are coming back from knockout losses, and that being a trigger in their mind, like, oh shit, I got knocked down again. Like how do I the last time my lights got turned out? He didn't have that. He went in there with somebody that's walking into the Hall of Fame. No questions asked. Yeah. So to say that, I didn't lay down, I ain't show bitch, whatever the case might be. I was willing to engage. All right, cool. I could take this moment. The bright lights is a thing. The whole arena being against you on a Mexican holiday.
Right.
He got things to learn.
Right. First time on the stage.
It's showing. See, the thing is, it's showing that you've learned from this. That's his next step. Like his next outing. What did you learn from that? And it don't gotta be like you said earlier. It don't gotta be against a crazy name. Something to get back on the horse with. All right, cool. Get your confidence right. Get you a knockout or whatever the case is. Or go another 10, 12 rounds, whatever it might be. But something to make you feel as though I took this from that and I move forward and, I'm going to be great.
Right. And what's interesting? That we got to see this dude go the distance. And what I was able to see is he's not trash. Like I said, he's a very inexperienced, and you can see it. The way he fought, the things that he do, putting himself in harm's way at times, that's inexperience. Finding your way, keep finding your way to the corner because in some weird way you probably comfortable knowing the rope is there. I don't know what it is, but that you've seen the inexperience, like you said, not taking the initiative, never being first, not ever taking control of the fight. Like there's things that you can definitely pick up on. Hopefully you learn for sure, because you have to. Like I said, that's a lot of experience to let walk out without really picking up nothing from it. You gotta find a way to learn from it.
He was also making himself small as the bigger guy. And shout out to Joe Goosen, because Joe Goosen, I love him on the mic. If anything, like he was trying to give everybody just do all night long. He was really just like being honest about it, but giving the approach of the conversation of a trainer and appreciating boxing as well. Just not wanting excitement and calling out what he was seeing. So he was giving Berlanga a lot of credit for being willing to engage, but also calling out the deficiency that he was doing while he was in the ring at the same time.
Right.
Even if he played that playback and he just listened to the takes of Joe Goosen, it's something he could take from there as well.
Right. So I say, man, he at this point, that should have been that's gonna be the biggest lesson you get what I'm saying? The most experience you're gonna ever be in the ring with. It's safe to say that there's nobody you ever gonna face for the remainder of your career that's gonna be fit the bill of a Canelo Alvarez, a guy that turned pro at 15 who's now 34 years old. You get what I'm saying? Like, damn, 60 plus, close to 70 fights. Hell yeah, learn as much as you can. Now you got to be a sponge and a student of the game, because if you can do that and you can make these subtle improvements, and you could be cooking with something, you could put yourself in position to really be competing for a title. Or I don't know what Canelo gonna do. Maybe you position yourself for that one that's loose out there. I don't know, but I really do respect his effort tonight. Like, I know a lot of people might, I knew this. He's not trash. He lost to a better fighter, more experienced guy. You could see this shit. You could really see this shit. Yeah, you could see it. And I'm like, I seen something. He's working with something. God, he do good combinations at times. Canelo beard is just not the one to try to. you got to try to hurt him, but that don't bank on no knockout with that damn dude. I'm telling you, very
got no
experienced.
neck. Dude don't got no neck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And the little neck dude be working that shit out with the damn weight, with the joint. You know what I'm saying? So, see, he always stretching his damn jaw. He getting there, man. He be ready for a shot, man. So he just blessed to have a hell of a chin. He could absorb a hell of a punch. So the next time Berlanga get in there, he'd be less in your head, if I could say that, right? Just letting the offense flow. He was a little too tight, and I know from experience when fighters do that, it's gonna lead to you fatiguing a bit more than you need to. It's all good, Jim. Appreciate you, fam. Jim Brown, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Like I said, man, this is we had a 4-hour joint earlier yesterday. Now we here again. I mean, we might even be back later on today too. You know what I mean? We back trying to get the all the way back in the mix, all the way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working it out. We getting to it, but yeah, tonight, man, Berlanga showed a lot of heart, his resilience. He did get up off the deck, did get cracked quite a few times, like where he was a little shook up, but he kept fighting, kept trying. He definitely had no quit in him. I'm glad. I believe in his I rock with his team for not giving up on him and trying to pull the plug, which would then gave Canelo a knockout. Nah, if you knew what you was stepping in there with, you knew that shit wasn't gonna be easy. So the minute it started getting tough, I don't want to hear you got to show us something. We're gonna stop it because like one of the commentators was saying, yeah, he getting cracked, but he ain't just getting wild with every shot and beat all over the place where he looked like a defenseless guy. He didn't look like that. He just looked like a dude that was a younger guy that was trying to figure out this.
Figure it out. Yep.
He was trying
to figure it out.
And
that was Joe. That was Joe Goose.
He had his spots.
Absolutely.
He definitely had his couple spots. So I appreciate it. Like I said, no laying down, no quit. That was a tall task anyway. But what's going to be the better story is how do you bounce back? Because losing to Canelo is not a bad thing. You get paid. Like I said, everybody. More people than not thought you was gonna lose anyway, and they was picking you to get knocked out 6 rounds or less and all this type of stuff. I had a sneaky suspicion that he could make it the distance though. That's why I wasn't so sold on no knockout. I'm like, he not what people try to make it seem in terms of like he just some soft ass chinny dude. I'm like, that's not the case, man. He resilient. He young. Canelo ain't been knocking people out like that, but he is like. I just still feel like Canelo, if he really, really, press, but I just don't think that's where he at. You ain't gonna see him go above and beyond. He comfortable with, all right, well, if I can't stop you, I'm gonna just keep landing my shots and piling up points. I don't have to stop you. And that's where experience come in too, where younger guys start feeling like, well, I'm down, I gotta stop him. Canelo, like, all right, well, you still here. I'm gonna just keep feeding you. If you fold, if I get you out of there, cool. But other than that, I'm gonna just beat you up. And I'm comfortably cool with it. Beat you up and keep it pushing. Yeah, Canelo. I thought Canelo was gonna definitely win it, but I was rooting for Berlanga, and I'm glad he ain't disappoint me with the effort. Like I just knew experience is a mug. Especially when you still active and he's 34, but it's weird because he got a lot of miles, been pro, like I said, since a 15-year-old, but he's still young enough to perform. So it's like maybe his knees are old, maybe he got some old joints and stuff like that. But overall, he looked like he was in great shape. He looked very comfortable. The baggy pajamas with the shirtless baggy pajama look with Tio holding up the WBC belt. Man, that told me a lot too. I said he's super comfortable, man. He ain't even worried about Berlanga, but credit to Berlanga, he handled the moment very well to be his first time. Like you gotta think he just went from who was that, Patrick McCrory or somebody that he fought to Canelo Alvarez. Talking about a jump, man. That's a hop, skip, jump, leap. You get what I'm saying? That's a big gap difference between the guy you was just fighting to him and for you not to get stopped and just completely obliterated. You show that you can handle yourself a bit in there. So now the question is, how much can you learn from this fight, and how do you apply it? You know what I'm saying? Because your confidence shouldn't be shook or nothing. You should be right where you need to be. Look, I fought this guy. I tried. He got me. And that's my experience. Now I could go. If I went 12 with him, I should be able to whoop on some of these guys. I had my moments. You just didn't have enough of them. And you can't be the bigger man getting backed into the corner like that. That's never going to go well for you when you in there with Canelo. Too crafty, too smart. And even when he don't throw a lot, he's still pressuring you mentally. He applying it. So kudos to Berlanga for not burning the fuse out and just being a sitting duck too, because that would have been all bad for him.
All that hugging at the end, to be honest with you, you're never gonna get in there on a rematch. I'll go sit down a couple of weeks with Canelo and learn some tricks of the trade before he get out the sport. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's no bitching you. Like, y'all giving each other love and all that. Be humble. Be like, you know what? It was a great fight. You know, you my idol. Give me a few pointers.
Rob, my guy. Yeah, the media doing Lara bad. That's crazy, Jim, because over here we giving that man his undeniable credit. Danny Garcia is arguably, I don't know, maybe a Hall of Fame fighter, maybe not, but he's a damn good fighter in his own right. So, nah, you can't do Lara bad. He's an older guy and start knocking guys out later. You know what I mean? A heavier weight class and doing that shit clean, being a clean fighter doing it. I respect the hell out of him. The media is just silly. They don't really be liking boxing sometimes. I rock with all these dudes. We got solid cards. I don't think in none of these fights nobody packed it up and just quit. I don't think nobody did. I think everybody fought and fought and fought. You know what I mean? Cool Boy fought his ass off. Plant got knocked down, fought his ass off, and he showed a little slightly different wrinkle by sitting all the way up like you said, in that phone booth type of situation where you like, you know what? I ain't using my feet. I'm gonna be right here. We just about to fight, and I like seeing it. I like seeing it. He said, "Liar juice. I don't care. He's 70 and got better." Nah. Yeah, Lara's is a That's what happened when you treat your body right, man. Rick Thames was good with it. Had Canelo stopping him in the 7th to 8th or before. Yeah, he showed a lot of grit, toughness, no quit in him, very game. And he has to learn. That's important. Learn and apply, get back in the mix, because I don't think this knocks you all the way back to square one either. So that's the good thing. So he'll be all right. I think him and Plant, like y'all been mentioning, I think they need to run it. I think that'd be a perfect fight for both of them next too. Especially if you want to, one of them guys and not a soft touch, then yeah, Plant is the way to go. Plant is the way to go. But we're gonna see.
I really like Plant, man. I really like that guy, man.
Who that?
Plant. I really like him. Like from the fit down to his performance.
Right.
Scooter outfit was fire too. He had that custom Margiela. Right. He had a lot going on.
I love shit like that. Even Caleb Plant gloves was dope.
Yeah, like his whole outfit. He does really well though. Like
it was fire. Revenge tour. He's like that. I thought that was a dope look. It was dope, man. Good to see it, man. Overall, these guys put on it was a good night of boxing, man. This shit still got me up coming back. You know what I mean? But we had to, man. I told you I had to do a post fight. I've been saying that for a while. I've been like missing it, falling asleep, or being pooped. But I made sure this trip, stayed up for y'all, man. We stayed up, so it's 2:00 where I'm at. But like I said, overall, great fight. Great night of boxing. Good to see Plant back. He battled from some adversity and showed what what he made of. He fought that tough ass lumberjack that looked like Joe Dirt. You know what I'm saying? I got more jokes, but I'm gonna let him live a little bit. But he was bogus with that cut. That cut say he don't rock with. He already his cut just make it look like he don't rock with people, man. That's what it looked like. But again, I think there's enough money cross promotion fight with Berlanga and Plant. I think they can work something out. I think they can. If both sides truly interested and beyond the fighters, like if they, both parties involved is interested. Yeah, I think they can make some shape. It's a great fight. Shout out to my guy, Sports Talk.
But you could also do Plant and Charlo still, if Charlo coming back, without having to go across the street, and then that situation works out for Berlanga for the win of that.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my guy.
Plant makes so much storylines for himself because he's good at trolling. He done used the man name and sold like $20,000 worth of merch. Can't go wrong with that man. But yo, Jess, I appreciate y'all.
You already know.
Always working hard, doing your thing.
Appreciate the vision coming up here to build with the voice. The voice and the vision is must-see TV.
Yes, sir. Get up with me, man. Wednesdays.
You already
10
know.
a.m. The Casuals, Friday. Me and my man, Aunt McQueen, man. Y'all lock in. Have a good night. Appreciate y'all all.
Man, you already know. My bro. And again, shout out to everybody that came through, everybody at the Super Chat and Cash App. Appreciate all the support as well. This is another dope build, good post-fight build. Today is another day we here early, but maybe I'll make it back here, later on today to build again with y'all. The grind don't stop, and we just gonna keep getting to it. So plan should get as much experience as possible. Yeah, for sure. Experience is always good. Just keep fighting. Most importantly, stay active and stay at it. You know what I mean? But with that, man, that is my time, man. Shout out to everybody again. And, I will be with y'all all tomorrow. So peace to the fan. We out.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes. Got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it. This channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. 4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.